Happy Monday. It's Shatner's Hairpiece. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my Bandcamp page, if you don't already know about it, because I do talk about it in my videos, usually leaving links in the description and in the comments section. I still think a lot of people don't know about it because I find there are always comments like, where do I get your stuff? Where can I download this? And I've mentioned it twice in the videos, in the description and in the comments. So reason I want to talk about this is just to explain a little bit about what Bandcamp is. It's a site that has been hosting artist music for, I don't know, going on 10 years now. And I've been on there for a few years. It's interesting in that it offers a much higher revenue rate for musicians than something like Apple Music or Spotify. Now, I could get on those sites as well, but Spotify doesn't really pay you very much. You'd have to have 500,000 hits before you start making any money. So it's like pennies on a play. So they've taken a lot of criticism for that, and some of it I do agree with, that it's not really paying artists very well. I think Bandcamp is the best site right now for hosting music. It doesn't require you to burn CDs and, like Spotify often wants to have a CD of your music before it'll even post it, which is ridiculous. I mean, who's making CDs these days? I will sell them on the street, and that's the only time I usually sell them. I've been getting occasional requests for CDs on Bandcamp, but it's just too much hassle to make them. I would have to charge, like $30, $40 to make it worthwhile. Because the time you take the tracks and you burn it, and then you have to print out the artwork and then mail it, and of course everything has to be customized to what the person wants. So it's not like you have a bunch of CDs just sitting around that you can sell of all your things. And I find that's really not a lot of market for that right now anyway. I mean, I don't even own a CD player anymore. I don't even have a burner in my computer. So downloads is where it's at. I mean, you can get everything on your phone or your iPad. And the big advantage with Bandcamp is high quality sound. So when you click on a track, let's see, we'll look on this one here. Here's what you see. You get the title, get the length of the song, and then you have ability to download, and there's the cost, which you can pay or you can even pay more. So my tracks are usually, of course, up there in time. Like this one is, that's just one part, and it's an hour. That's actually a 2-hour jam that I had to split into 2 pieces because Bandcamp can only handle so much on one track. It's usually about an hour and 30 minutes max. So what you get here is wave and FLAC quality. So these are larger files, but they're going to be better than MP3s. So I record everything in the wave format, and then you can convert it into the what you want, wave, FLAC, or even MP3. So that option is there. So I've been putting up all my music on here, and usually I try to stick to, like an album that's, a song that's 2 hours. It's just going to be one album. I used to try to put things together as albums, but that's usually only on shorter tracks. So what I'm trying to push here is getting attention to my Bandcamp site. That's really what I'm trying to do with YouTube, as I don't get paid for YouTube. I want to clear that up as well. That I got demonetized by Google years ago, and part of their evil scheme to kill a lot of small YouTube accounts. There's actually a class action lawsuit going on against them for this very reason. A lot of people were owed money, and Google also conveniently cut off a lot of accounts just when they were about to hit the threshold of payment, which is usually about $100. So there's a lawsuit going on about that. So people keep asking me, why don't you monetize? Well, that's one of the reasons. I can't monetize. And even if I did monetize, most of my videos would never be able to get any revenue because they're cover versions. So they get auto-monetized by music labels. So if I'm doing a Dire Straits cover or a Gary Moore cover, it doesn't even matter if I'm playing my own thing entirely. It will, claim copyright on it because of the song structure. So it doesn't matter if I'm doing a 3-minute ZZ Top solo, that's all my own. ZZ Top ends up getting paid for it based on the backing. So that's how it works there. So I'm getting absolutely nothing out of YouTube. I do it all for free, which is a lot of work. I basically spend most of my day either recording, writing music, and then editing music, and then putting it into a YouTube video and uploading it, and then also simultaneously uploading to Bandcamp. So, for instance, this song, Aquamoeba, will be on YouTube this week. And I try to, cross-release these things so that people might see the video and then they'll go to the link and they'll get the song, or maybe somebody on Bandcamp sees this and then they go watch the video on YouTube. I really don't know anybody else who's doing that. I think that's one of the things with my channel that's unique, is that not only am I posting these crazy long jams, which are improvised, I'm also, putting up the video for it. I mean, you'll find lots of channels that put up, their computer-generated ambient music, and they'll call it, their original track, and they'll have their listeners and so forth. But who's actually performing real time with real instruments for 2 to 4 hours? I can think of no one on YouTube that's doing that. That's like ancient history to play an instrument for that long. So that is one of the unique aspects of my channel. And so I'm pushing the music and I'm trying to put up the videos on YouTube at the same time. So you're going to find a large selection of albums and songs in here, going quite a ways back. I'm just scrolling here, you can see a lot of these photographs are from my wife. I try to put those on my albums as much as possible, like this new one here, Aquamoeba. That's hers. So is that. So is that. So is that. So is that. So I've been debating whether to actually add some of these photos to my Redbubble page. So yes, I have swag available now because a lot of people have been asking for it. So if you search Shatner's Hairpiece on redbubble.com, you will be able to get my super cool silhouette image on a t-shirt or a mug or a coaster, whatever you want. They've got it there. There are like 50 things you could paste it on. And I buy all my t-shirts from there for years already. So they're really good service, really good quality. I think I get about 20% of the sale. So if you buy a t-shirt for $30, I'm getting like $6 out of that. It's a small amount. It's better than nothing because there's no way I can handle doing that myself. So I'll leave that to Redbubble. But I'm really into the Bandcamp thing now because this is really one of the few sources of income that I can get at this time, as you know that I'm still not allowed to busk. And that's been shut down since mid-2020. And I have no idea when that's going to be coming back. It might be this year, it might be next. So right now I'm relying on, PayPal tips and Patreon support. So that's like a monthly subscription charge. You can, donate $5 a month to keep the channel going. Whatever you feel like donating, you can do it. And you get certain perks in there depending on the level you're at. Like I often post a lot of my YouTube videos on Patreon early, so like days before they show up on YouTube, so you get early access. So I wanted to mention Bandcamp, the main reason being that this Friday, March 5th, from midnight to midnight Pacific time, will be what they call Bandcamp Friday. That is a no revenue day where I receive 100% of the sale. instead of the usual 80-85% of the sale. So they only do this on the first Friday of each month, and that's mostly because of the COVID situation, because they know that musicians are hurting. So sales usually go up on that day. I mean, I welcome sales any day, not just that day, but a lot of people are like saving up for that day. They put everything in the cart and then can purchase on there. So I've got about enough music on here, probably the equivalent of like 300 to 500 albums. That would take you about 5 years to listen to. And this goes way back. My earliest recordings on here are probably from my $6 Man Man CD. Where's that? Is it even in here? It's somewhere. Maybe it's near the top. Okay. This one here, volume 1. Now, these are recordings from around 2006 to 2008. So that was recorded also in my home studio. Those days I used to do a lot more actual working on single tracks for weeks at a time, perfecting them. And since that time, I don't really do that anymore. I'm more like free form now. I'll make a basic track, backing track, which I, write myself. I'll write that in the morning, get the bass, the drums, some sort of, keyboards, whatever I feel like playing. And then I will, once it's looped the way I like it, I will jam to it for days. And that's how I like to do music right now, more in the moment than actually planning anything or rehearsing anything. I never practice. I never play scales. I never do any of that. The only time I would actually do that is just to get the fingers in shape. So, fingertips, I don't know if you can really see it here, but it's starting to come back now. Usually these get very calloused because I've been playing for hours. So when I was on the street every day, you just would see 4 layers of skin coming off. And that's the way you have to be to, stand up to 3-4 hours of playing out there. So it's coming back now, and I've been pretty busy in the last month because the YouTube channel started to get some attention because of my Sultans of Swing video that I had posted, I think 4 years ago. It's 4 or 5 years old. And it had no hits, and all of a sudden started getting hits. So then I started getting subscribers, and then I put up the little kid dancing video, which now has over 2 million views. I didn't get paid a dime for any of it. So I'm getting some, subscribers now, but I'm still, leaving up links because that's how I have to work on the support I get on Bandcamp and Patreon, or just PayPal tips. I might look into cryptocurrency. I get a few requests for that. So I've got the options open there for support. So if you're enjoying the music and my videos and the playing, check out these things, check out Bandcamp, and because I've got everything on there. And these are all professionally recorded tracks that I do at home with my system, which is right down there. That's basically my home recording system of pedals and the mixer. And it all goes through headphones. So whatever you hear on these tracks is exactly what I hear, because I'm not using an amplifier. So I just want to bring attention to that, let you know about Bandcamp. I'm taking requests now as well for songs. I've already finished a Peter Green tribute that will be coming up in a day. And I'll be probably focusing more on new Bandcamp releases this week, just to get ready for Friday. So it's like advance advertising for that. So you can follow me on Bandcamp, and then you get notified of new music I've put out. So the original stuff is always coming in here. So there's the Peter Green that's going to be coming up. And that's a new one, 2-hour jam that I just put up today. So stay tuned for those to come out this week. And like I say, I'm just going to keep on working on the the original songs when I can. I've been catching up to so many emails. I've got like 1,000 emails from all over the world in the last month or so, which have been actually quite humbling, because it's like suddenly getting attention after 15 years of no attention. It's very hard to handle in the beginning. So people are basically, they're either really raving about the music or how I help them in some way, to renew hope, or they're having problems sleeping, or they were sick and they felt better. I mean, it's the amount of emails I've got and letters, it's been incredible. And the support there. So I really appreciate everybody who's been writing me, and I always write back to everyone I can. That's what I spend most of my day doing, responding to emails or responding to comments. So I'm trying to keep the channel very interactive. So one thing I can never stand with other YouTube channels are people that have, they post stuff and then they never answer questions. It's like you go in there and maybe they're doing a app demonstration of some music app, and I have a question for them, and then I never hear from them. So I don't understand why people are subscribing to these channels. It's like, if you can't interact with the audience, what are you doing this for? And then they run ads on top of it. So I always find that really irritating as well. I don't like to run ads. Not that I can run them anyway, but if you do see an ad, rest assured I'm not getting anything out of it. That would be auto monetization copywriting by music labels. And they are very good at, algorithms that discover whatever track you might be playing. I mean, I've had music playing faintly in the background at a distance of 10 feet away, and it will pick it up and copyright it. And then all of a sudden there's ads on there because of the background radio. It's just ridiculous. So just letting you know that I'm getting absolutely nothing out of YouTube. And people keep asking me, oh, why don't you monetize the channel? Well, that's the reason why it's not monetized. So I'm relying completely on your support. So once again, thanks for watching and supporting. And I hope you stick with me in the future. I think I've got something going here that nobody's done before. I'm hoping to get an offer for a reality show. That would be great. So we'll be playing on the street, Adventures of Busking Man. Who knows? I mean, I'm getting some offers to play gigs now in the States. Everybody wants me to come down to Florida. But that's not going to happen. California as well. I'm going to be stuck here for a while. And I will just keep at it and keep doing what I love, which is, expressing myself, and hopefully you enjoy it too. So no ads. I'm not going to be hitting you over the head with subscribe and like. Another thing I'm sick of from other channels, the constant groveling for subscribers and likes. It's just ridiculous. That's all it's about these days. So, I was not even seen for, I joined YouTube in 2006, and I was posting budgie videos for years because we had a budgie. And he died like 2013. So I then concentrated fully on doing guitar videos. And most of that didn't get any attention either. So now people are like, where have you been? And, who is this guy? And I've always been there. It's just you haven't seen me because YouTube chose not to show me. Not enough hits, not enough whatever to get hits. So now I'm becoming known, ironically, for a kid dancing video. Not really for me, but for, cuteness factor. But that's the way it is. It's a fact of life on YouTube. I mean, if you look up any, cute kid or animal video, it's like 15 million views. So that's how it is, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm gonna, get more attention in the future. I've already got some radio play in Italy. They were playing one of my extended tracks for, an hour every day. Now I'm starting to get offers for people to, advertising slots to sell their garbage. I've had about 10 of these in the last week. Somebody, we have, magic software maker, some kind of music app garbage. It's always something from, Czechoslovakia or whatever. I don't know where these are coming out of, but I'm not going to be putting any of that on my channel. So anyway, that's it for today. Stay tuned for some more videos from the street and also from home. I've still got tons of stuff to put up. It's good that I recorded these things because, like I said in the comments, I feel like the distant star from Earth, where you only see the light 2 years later. That's what it feels like with a lot of my busking videos, that I've played these, in like 2019 and even before, and nobody even knows about them until today. So it's a delayed reaction. Unfortunately, I had no reaction when I actually played them, but I was lucky enough to, I was thinking ahead that I would film them because I would want a record of what I was doing out there, and in case I'm playing some good jams, and get it recorded as well. So at least now you're getting to see what happened, and some people are appreciating it, even though it's 2 years later. Okay, so that's it, and I'll see you on the next video.